Good morning, boys and girls. It's Mr. Ortiz once again this morning with this week's Lexia update. We had a full week last week. We have a shortened week this week. So next week's Lexia update should be pretty interesting. I don't believe our numbers will be as high, but let's not wish our life away. We're going to focus on this week, the here and now, with this week's Lexia update. Let's get started. All right, as you can see here, the Lexia standings for this week for McDonald Elementary, I can't even speak, McDonald Elementary School, November 22nd, which was yesterday, but we have it in for today. All right, so what are the numbers looking like? Whoa, look at that right there. Okay, third place, 84%, very good. Second place, 90%, and wait a minute, I must be reading this wrong. Does that say first place tie for 98%? There's a tie for first place? Oh, man. All right, well, let's see who it is. Let's get started. Who's in third? Third grade in third place. That makes sense with 84% of the boys and girls earning their minicle. Great job. All right, second place with 90%. That's still a great number. Who is it? Second grade. All right, second grade, second place. So if the trend continues, is it going to be first grade in first place? Will it continue to be kindergarten in first place? It's a tie. So maybe it's both of them. Who is it? 98%. Kindergarten and fifth grade. Oh, fifth grade coming up huge and out of nowhere, quite honestly. So fifth grade, they must have been determined. They must have been working it because they tied kindergarten 98% of the minute goal. Great job. Now, with that being said, I mean, you're only one or two friends away to getting 100. Oh, my goodness. We still have to come up with what we're going to do when we get to 100. Okay. First and fourth grade, great job as well. We had 772 friends logging minutes, I should say, and then 85% of the boys and girls earned their minute goal last week. Okay, top performing classrooms in each grade. Who do we have? We have in kindergarten, Mrs. Barnhart, Mr. Ivers, Mrs. Johnson, and Mrs. Garahan's group. Great job. In first grade, we have Mrs. Dixon. Second grade, who we have? Mrs. Ward and Mrs. Walk. Third grade, who we have? Mrs. Phillips. Fourth grade, Mr. Rakowski's homeroom. In fifth grade, wow, look at that. Mr. Braccia, Mrs. Fox, Mrs. Conlon, and Mr. Pisacano. All right, we have the Lexia 100 Club for this week. Who are the reading groups that had 100% earned their minute goal? Mrs. Johnson in kindergarten, Mrs. Salambier from kindergarten, Mr. Ivers' reading group, Mrs. Barnhart's reading group, Mrs. Garahan's reading group. Going on to first grade, Mrs. Dixon. Then second grade, Mrs. Walk. Always very ultra competitive, Mrs. Walk. Mrs. Ward, second grade group. Mrs. Crounce, second grade group. Mrs. Quinn's second grade group. And Mrs. Musser's third grade group. Mrs. Crawford's third grade group. Mrs. Salambier's fourth grade group. Mr. Braccia's fifth grade group. I just like saying that name, Braccia. Mrs. Fox's fifth grade group. Mr. Pisacano's fifth grade group. Mrs. Conlon's fifth grade friends. Mrs. Stevens' fifth grade friends. Mrs. Musser's fifth grade group. Mrs. McGrattan's fifth grade group. And then with an exemption, last minute entry, Mrs. Phillips' third grade group. That's right. So there you have it. All the top performing classrooms with 100% for this week's Lexia 100 Club. So there you have it, boys and girls. This week's Lexia update. We had kindergarten, fifth grade, neck and neck. I think the question is, it's not a race for first place. It's a race to who's going to be the first grade to have 100% of the boys and girls earn their minute goal. I'm going to have to rack my brain in terms of what's going to be the top prize incentive for the first grade to do that. Have a great learning day and also have a great fall Thanksgiving break. We'll see you next week for the Lexia update.